Good afternoon, everyone. Today on the Lex Factor, we have a great one. We've got the two gents from PeakBot with us to go over this great new deal. They're a great platform, a little Q&A, all of the above and more. And I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get right to it and learn more about this great product. Good to see you guys. Dylan up top, Ben down below. I think we're going to put a little name tag. I'm Lex. Guys, thanks for coming on. This is all about your product, PeakBot. So what I like to do, instead of me talking, because I don't know your product as well as you do, I'm going to let you talk. So introduce yourselves and give us a little intro into PeakBot to start. What do you say?
That sounds great. Ben, I'll start, and then I'll quickly hand it to you. Lex, first off, thank you so much for having us here on The Brew. I'm Dylan Del Rosso, co-founder of PeakBot, the household name for automated trading for the everyday retail trader. And I'm joined by Ben here. I'll hand it to him, and we can get into the fun stuff.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, thanks, Dylan. So Dylan and I started PeakBot about 4 years ago with the goal of providing trading algorithms, automated trading to the retail trader. We, of course, know that Wall Street hedge funds have been using algorithms for decades now. And I think back at the Tradier Options Summit, we had a little trivia question when the first algorithm was actually created. And we could credit that back to 1971, a group at Morgan Stanley. So wow. Fun fact there. So algorithms have been around for a while. It's only a matter of time until they're widely available for the retail trader. We've been commercial for the past 2 years, and Dylan and myself, we dedicate our life to this now. So we're loving every second of it. That's
awesome. And I would add that your product is awesome, and you guys are doing a great job. You guys are also on the hub. What days are your show? Are you on? I forget.
We're on the hub twice a week, Mondays at 8:30 a.m. Eastern with Mark from Harvested Financial, and then Fridays just before noon Eastern for another slot of the Pulse.
Awesome. Good. I love it. So let's talk a little bit about, the man versus machine kind of concept here. And this is where you guys really, really live, I think, right? And before I let you talk, I'm going to give my little 2-cent spiel here. As you know, I was a floor trader, right? A market maker. And that was a job that was very much different than what you guys are involved in now, the retail trading world. And it's all about idea generation, or at least getting the emotion out of the game. We didn't have to worry about that because I bought my bid and sold my offer, and my edge was the difference between the two. And all I had to do was manage risk. And I'm making it sound easy. It wasn't, but it's way easier, I think, than being a retail trader. The new world, the bot world, the algo world, whatever you want to call it, I love it for retail people, especially. Okay, and I'm letting you guys tell us the story of why. But it really takes that one critical ingredient out, in my opinion, and is emotion. That's what kills a retail person. That's what causes them to lose money. They second guess, blah, 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 blah. Your product takes that away from them, and I know it does. And I'll let you tell us a little bit about all that stuff. Go ahead. Awesome. You guys kill it. I laid it up for you. Knock it out of the park. Let's go.
Yeah, you lined it up pretty well. I will add on to your great point, Lex, of when it comes to automating trading for the retail trader, it's all about saving time and eliminating emotion. That's what this comes down to. Unfortunately, 9 out of 10 retail traders fail, and they fail because they lack the time, the strategy, and the discipline to be successful continuously, because that's really hard to do, right? So Wall Street and hedge funds have been trading with algorithms for decades. We wanted to build a bridge for the everyday trader, and we did that by making it easy to use, making it affordable, which we'll get into a little bit even more on this, and fully transparent. So giving somebody a trading bot and saying, we wish you good luck, that's often scary. So what PeakBot does, our angle and our bread and butter is taking these very well-known, time-tested trading strategies and automating them. So we live in the world of trading options, and even more specifically, selling options to collect premium. So strategies like the wheel, Iron Condor, these credit spread strategies. We automate these well-known strategies, and we allow them, our retail traders, our subscribers, to trade these hands-free with our platform. And I'm happy to share more info or even show you guys how that works.
Yeah, let's get to the demo in a sec. Let me have a question though. So when you say you share these strategies, PeakBot creates the strategy, and is it a plug and play? Meaning, myself as a user, if I were a user, I could go and say, let's use that wheel strategy, and obviously I've got to pick my stock. Tell me a little bit about that process.
Absolutely, it is. And Dylan, maybe you get your demo prepared while I answer this question here.
Okay.
But yes, all of our strategies are exactly that. They are plug and play. And we intentionally designed it that way because we're aware of other players in this space that allow more of the, we call it the BYOB, build your own bot type platform.
Sure.
Right. So if you want a BYOB, you totally can. But we realize it's very easy, especially for the novice retail trader, to develop a losing bot or a losing strategy, right? And we find that sticking to the basics, keep things really simple. One, it makes it easy for the retail trader to understand what's supposed to happen in their accounts. And that's really key here. The retail trader understanding what their bot is supposed to be doing for them. And then two, it provides consistency, right? And that's what we're looking at. At the end of the day, options trading is a big numbers game, right? That's the way that we like to view it. And, we're not math people in particular, but, we know enough to provide the retail trader with these simple, like Dylan said, time-tested strategies that have been proven to work.
Great. And how many different strategy setups, whatever you want to call them, how many do you have? What's the compendium of choices for a client?
Yeah, it's a great question. So for PeakBot's core offering, for a PeakBot subscriber, when you get signed up, you're getting access to 3 strategies currently: the wheel, the iron condor, and what's called our trend spread bot, which is a fully directional credit spread strategy that trades with the trend and rolls contracts. However, as a business, Lex, on the B2B side, we actually have partners of ours in which we build premium strategies for. These trading companies or influential traders with their own community. If they have a strategy that is codable and we have the ability to automate, we'll go and do so. So we have 3 for ourselves, and then we have about another 3 to 5 out in the market for premium partners as well.
I love it. Okay. So 3 different strategies. Now, last question. I'll let you get to the demo. How does a user choose his or her stocks for the strategy? Is the Iron Condor, is that SPX 0DTE stuff? Is it just anything the user wants to do? Same with the wheel, etc. How do we decide on that?
Yeah, Ben, you can take that one if you want.
Hope Ben doesn't say you take that one. Now we're in trouble.
I'm happy to. I just feel like I'm talking too much. I'm going to get the music.
Oh, go ahead.
No. So we offer a watch list for all of our bots. And the watch list, it first of all contains the details. We are fully transparent about our strategies. We're not looking to keep anything hidden behind a curtain. We actually want you to learn how to trade our strategies and try it manually, because we're hedging on the fact that after you trade these strategies manually for 1, 2, 3 weeks, you're going to sit back and think to yourself, why don't I just let a bot do this? Like this is easy stuff here. So that explains the strategy. And once you understand the strategy, you'll be able to understand the watch list a little bit better. And that's what Dylan has on screen here. And the watch list lays out a bunch of different data points that you can use to make decisions on the different tickers that you want to automate. So when we think about, man and machine here, it really is that perfect blend of man and machine. It's not necessarily man versus machine. It's man using machine to their benefit. So the user would simply go through this list, select the different tickers that they would want to automate, and then go back to the automation screen, plug them in, set their budget, and then they're good to go from there.
Okay, great. Yeah. This is awesome. By the way, how did you guys pick the green hue, which I love, by the way? I feel like I'm in the Wizard of Oz or something like that.
I don't know, Ben. We kind of just stumbled into it. Truthfully, a lot of the trading platforms out there, a lot of them do follow this color scheme somewhat. A lot of Tradier's partners too. Let me get your opinion. You like light mode or dark mode?
No, I'm a dark mode guy.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest. people ask of our products, is there a light version? Oh, yeah, but why would you want that? That's no fun.
Exactly.
Come on.
So Ben referenced the watch list, which I had on screen. If it makes sense, I can just very quickly go over how simple it is to automate a stock.
Yeah, and I'll have some questions if that's okay. We'll do a little Q&A along the way if that's all right.
Perfect.
Right,
So this account here, this is your PeakBot account when you sign in. It's mobile friendly as well. It's all web-based. You just go to our site here. The first thing you're prompted to do when you log into your PeakBot account, this is one of my active accounts, is integrate with your broker. So I'm actually integrated with Tradier. We can see my account here, all the orders that were placed. You can see it's pretty active, right? So all my positions, this is all linked to my PeakBot account here. So that's the first thing you do when you log in. Now, to activate one of our strategies here, and Ben mentioned that they're all pre-built and we're fully transparent. If you want all the information on these strategies, if you wanted to say trade it manually, this is here for you. Go for it. We offer an alert service for you to do this manually if you wanted to. But in order to automate, all you got to do is after subscribing, come on in here, connect your broker, and add a new stock. So let's just say, for example, I want to add a stock to our Iron Condor bot, which is a 1 DTE. Lex, we do have a 0 DTE strategy. It's for one of our premium partners. Our Iron Condor is a 1 DTE strategy. Straddles the 25 delta, $1 spread. So if I wanted to add one of these stocks here, let's just say actually SPX, it's a $5 spread, right? So all I need to do is enter the number of condors I want to trade on this, and I'm ready to go. Now you'll see a budget for $1,000, even though it's a $5 spread. That's due to the fact that you could be in today's condor and tomorrow's condor at the same time. That's the only reason the budget's different there. But all I got to do now is hit activate, and this is just a confirmation screen. And this stock is now going to be added into my automated portfolio here on the left-hand side. And here is SPX, accompanied by some of these that I already had active. I was already running 2 on SPY, Qs, IWM, which you can see right here in my Tradier account actually being placed for me.
Very cool. So what you just did with SPX, you activated the Iron Condor for SPX. Is that right?
That's exactly right.
Now, is it sitting and waiting, looking for a price? What's going on now?
Yeah, Ben, you could take that. Just because I think I would ramble too long.
So the entry criteria for our Iron Condor strategy in particular is we wait until noon. So we kind of give the market a couple hours after the morning to settle down. Noon it gets kind of quiet. So we'll enter Iron Condors at noon. And like Dylan said, they are 1 DTE expiration. After the market closes, the bot will place a good to close limit order on both legs of that Iron Condor at 5 cents. So when the market opens tomorrow, that's our exit. That's our exit point there.
Let me make sure I understand that. Sorry. So on the 2 shorts, we're placing a strangle, if you will, to close just the shorts. Is that accurate?
We're closing the full spread on each side. So we're closing the call credit spread and we're closing the put credit spread separately at 5 cents each.
Understood. Okay. Terrific. Got it. And that's part of the algo.
That is. The algorithm does all of that. And then there is a contingency at 3:45 Eastern, 15 minutes before the closing bell. If that position is not closed out, we'll cancel existing orders and we'll just send you a market order to get you out of a position. So that way there's no risk of assignment because nobody wants to get assigned 100 shares of SPY.
That's why I trade SPX. But just
cash settled.
Okay.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
Great. Now, what happens if, you sell this Iron Condor for some value, and you, before the nickel episode, when everything turns into a nickel, it's a pretty good profit, 60% of max profit or 70%. Do you close it ever there, or does the algo ever close it there, or you just wait to the bitter end of a nickel?
No, based on our research and the data that we've compiled, we found that it's better to let that ride to that 5 cent mark and take profit there. And that's where the whole human factor comes in too.
I know, that's me. See, I'm already asking.
If you are watching your charts and you're watching your positions, you will be tempted to, you see money on the table, you want to take that money off the table. But that's where you just kind of have to let the bot do its thing.
Yeah. So it's safe to say then that you've done the research, you've done all the back testing, and your model proves that we humans will mess it up if you take X% of the profit as opposed to letting it ride. And you're going to have times when you're tested. I'm assuming everything's not perfect all the time.
No.
So when that happens, you just it goes right through, and you get maximum.
Yeah. Take a max loss. We have a $1 spread on it plus the premium you earned, which is normally somewhere between $30 and $40.
You can lose 60 to 70 cents max.
Yep.
And it just doesn't happen as much as it happens the other way.
Exactly. Yeah. With the 25, you're straddling the 25 delta, so you can expect close to that 75% win rate every day. The numbers on this strategy recently have been really, really strong, and we're fully transparent with the data. So we're finalizing this last batch of results here, and we're going to be sharing that. But Iron Condor has been a strong one, but the three of them complement each other very nicely, right? The wheel, for those who are familiar, is more for your stocks that you're comfortable owning and feel good about long-term, whereas Iron Condor, your capital is so much more efficient, because you're not having to hold off on buying shares or anything like that. So the three strategies really complement each other nicely. And for us, all credit spreads, right? With the exception of a, traditional wheel if you wanted to with a normal cash secured put covered call, but we want to define your risk, right? You're essentially paying for PeakBot to, as a tool to make trades for you. Right. We want to make sure that you know what's going on. You feel good about it as well. Man and machine, not man versus machine.
Yeah, no, I love it. That's awesome, by the way. So couple questions, if that's okay. If you were trading SPX, because you gave me the example of SPY, SPX being 10 times bigger, does 5 cents become 50 cents?
No, actually, it'll stay at 5 cents for SPX. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Oh, okay.
So we do find people.
See, I'm out here. I'm doing math in my head while we're talking. You see,
SPX. If you have enough capital in your account, then it's more advantageous for you to want to trade SPX. NDX is also an option, and the strikes are $10 wide on NDX as well. So
got it.
There's more from a percentage standpoint. There's more profit to be had with those tickers.
So okay, great. What would you say? And this isn't going to be a science answer. What would you say? On average, would a client need to have in terms of equity to trade these strategies? Is there a number that just kind of sweet spot? And here's where a little bit where I'm going. I notice you use 1 DTE. I'm assuming it's because of pattern day trading, maybe, if I'm trying to be cute and smart at the same time, which is the rule I hate the most in the whole world, just so we're clear. It's a really dumb rule. Is it 25,000 all of a sudden, or is it some other smaller number that kind of can work here as well?
Yeah. Look, I think any answer is going to say the more cash you can trade with, the better, because obviously for diversification purposes and everything else. But for PeakBot, look, we built this for the everyday retail trader, for the hobby trader. We don't need, 50 grand in an account to make this work. We don't have any day trading strategies for our core offerings. So that 25K number, not needed. Our average paying subscriber, Lex, they automate with somewhere between like 10 and 20 grand per week on these strategies.
Okay.
That's how much they're utilizing in cash. Not to say that that's the size of their accounts. We have subscribers who are making a nice ROI on their subscription, seriously, with like $3,000 in their account, because they're, automating condors. Sure. They're picking some credit spreads and they're rolling with it. But the more, the better.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. Okay. That's fair. Yeah. Do you need to use all three strategies to be effective? Let's say I don't like doing cash secured puts. I'm not saying I don't, but I'm just saying let's pretend I don't. Can I skip that one and just do the on condors? Does it still work that way? Or do you need that diversification of strategy to make it all work?
You get access to all three. So it's up to you how you want to utilize it, right? Okay. If in one of our if you were to take a master class that we teach on options and automation, we're going to say utilizing all three of them is going to get you over time, likely maybe the stronger results. But we have people who trade nothing but iron condors and they love it, or they're just super set it and forget it with the wheel and they'll do nothing else. But what Ben has up here are PeakBot's model portfolios, not financial advice, of course, as I have this going across the bottom of the screen, but what you can see here is the breakdown for your capital allocation,
Okay.
right? If you're in a bullish market and you have a low risk tolerance, you may be better off putting 75% of your cash on the wheel.
Yep.
And then start getting to work with some iron condor, take a little risks with our trend spread strategy, and maybe hold on to some cash. And you can see these numbers differ depending upon your risk tolerance, the market conditions, and what's not on screen is how active or passive you want to be.
Right.
We have traders who don't touch this all year, like my dad, and make 30% versus people who are in here every day,
Yep.
making changes. I'm definitely talking too much.
No, not at all. I love it. This is awesome. This is, you know what? I need the Lex version of this. I got to be honest, because I'd like to touch everything. I want to touch everything. I want to have 1 million positions on and have stuff all over the place, like the wild.
Lex, what's your favorite option strategy?
I actually like the Iron Condor, but I like SPX. But as a retail person, you have to sell premium, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm not faking this because you guys like to sell premium, and you said you like to do credit spreads. I struggled as a new trader 150 years ago when I first started, and it was because I was taught to buy premium by my mentor, and he was very good at it, but he didn't give me all the little tidbits about how to manage that stuff. So I lost money, day in, day out, until I kind of befriended people in my trading pit. I was a trader on the floor, and I started learning this premium selling mechanism, right? And then I never looked back once I learned that. Right. Yep. So these guys have it right, folks. Selling premium safely is the way to ride. Okay. It is the way to roll, in my opinion. So
the best part about selling premium is you could be wrong on the direction of a stock.
Correct.
And still win the trade.
That's
what I absolutely love about it. And we go over this every Friday during our show, The Pulse, on the Tradier Hub. We go over our PeakBot picks for the last week.
Yep.
And there are so many times that we are wrong on the direction of a stock and which way it's going to move in a particular week. But because we're on the sell side, that doesn't matter as much because we're still finishing out of the money, which is what we want as sellers. We're still winning in those positions. That's why we feel so strongly, and that's why we automate these option selling strategies.
I couldn't agree more. My nickname was Wrong Direction. I'll tell you, it's unreal. Think about the moves, and someone told me this once. Stocks can move in 5 different ways. People say, wait, it can only go up or down. I said, not with options involved. They can kind of drift sideways. They can go down slightly. They can go up slightly, or they can be very volatilely down or very volatilely up.
Yeah,
that's about it. And 3, 4, depending if you're directional, 4 of them are working in your favor if you're selling premium.
Yep.
At any one time.
Right.
So pretty cool. I like it.
So we're going to have to make you a Lex bot, and you're going to have to tell us what strategy you want us to automate for you.
Oh, I love it.
Very serious too. Very serious about that.
So by the way, I'm a student of implied volatility, right? And I love in high volatility environments doing broken wing butterflies too. Let's get one of those babies on the hopper. Because then I can be really wrong in the direction if it goes my way, and it can go way down and I still make money. That's the one I like.
Yeah.
Or way up for that matter. So
all right, broken wing butterflies.
Broken wing butterfly. Who wants a Lex spot? I love it.
You muted yourself.
Comment below because you're gonna love the Lex spot.
I muted myself. I didn't know if I would get through the show without muting myself once. Yeah, throw it in. Let us know if you want the Lex spot. Lex, we're going to talk to you more about that.
I love it. Well, I'm coming to visit you guys soon, so we're going to talk in person about this, right?
Perfect.
That's right.
Awesome. So, do you guys want to let's hit the promotion?
Yeah.
You want to do that now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. That's
let's do the promotion. So Tradier and PeakBot came together, and we're going to provide this great promotion here. It looks something like this, but it's going to be way cooler. So yeah, let's tell us about it. Tell us what's happening.
Cool.
Excellent.
So we've been, of course, partnered with Tradier for over a year at this point, and honestly, Dylan and I couldn't be happier with the partnership that we have with Tradier, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. And now some of that benefit is passing along from what we receive as a business to our clients, and that is anybody that is coming to use PeakBot. If they are also going to join Tradier and create a Tradier account, Tradier will reimburse you for 6 months of your PeakBot subscription. So that's what we've been able to work out, and that's what we're doing here. Not only will Tradier reimburse your 6 months of subscription, but you're going to get free stock and free options trading too. So if you're using PeakBot and you're on some of the other brokers, which we won't name on this show, come on over to Tradier, and you can get free PeakBot for 6 months, commissions free, options trading, which is super important, especially as we're trading iron condors on a daily basis, right? You're going to rack up fees. You don't want to pay those fees. You want those to be free.
Absolutely.
So that's a fantastic
We're going
deal.
to kick in the Tradier Pro plan too for the 6 months. I'm not even sure that was part of the deal, but I just made it part of the deal.
Well, that's how we're getting the commissions free stock and options there. Yeah.
Touche.
There we go.
I love it. I love it.
So
are there any minimums account balances that need to qualify? Anything there?
$5,000 account balance when you create your Tradier account, and that's when you can go ahead and claim your first 6 months of PeakBot's basic subscription, which is normally $29 a month, right? So over 6 months, we're talking just about $175 in value there, plus Tradier Pro for 6 months, which is a $60 value. So don't know what you're doing if you're not jumping on this.
Yep. I love it.
Completely free. And this is how it works. This is what you would have to do. You would have to create a Tradier account through a link, and we'll be providing it. It's on the bottom of the screen here. Use peakbot.com/Tradier. So you create a new account there. You fund it with $5,000. You create a PeakBot account. You pay for PeakBot as normal, and then Tradier is going to deposit that money into your Tradier account. So that way, everything is just happening. All the financials are happening within your Tradier account.
Yep. Don't forget to do that. You use that link. It's the goal, right?
Perfect.
That's right.
I love it.
It'll lead you to the promised land.
Awesome. I love it. Okay. Tell us before we go. Tell us a little bit. There's an overview of services you guys want to talk about. Automation, coaching, professional managed stuff. Anything you want to say relative to that?
First of all, thank you. PeakBot offers a ton of different services for the everyday retail trader, scanning all the way from simple options alerts and access to our options trading watch lists. Of course, we talked about our core offering, which is automating the trade execution process for the retail trader. That's our automated trading. We have coaching, options 101, options 201, as well as our options and automation masterclass. And if you decided that you don't want to manually trade automatically, or learn how to do any of that, then you should check out our new partnership with Mark, your good friend, our good friend over at Harvested Financial.
Love it.
For professionally managed portfolios. He's licensed to give you advice to manage your account. We are not. So go over and check that out. We have more information at usepeakbot.com.
Important to emphasize that Mark is using PeakBot's bots
on Tradier.
There's a professional financial advisor seeing the value in automation and leveraging that for his clients.
Yep. I know him well. He does a show with me on Thursdays live, and he's terrific. I am so happy you guys connected. I can't tell you. I think it's the greatest partnership ever. Second to ours, our whole deal.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
No, I think that's great. There are so many ways to slice this one up for folks. Man, just terrific. You guys are doing an awesome job. Keep up that great work, man. Anything else before you wrap her up?
No. Look, we really appreciate the opportunity for coming on here. Tradier is our favorite brokerage to work with. If you want an easy to use automated trading system for you, this is the place to be. And nothing better than 6 months free when you sign up for a Tradier account with 5K or more.
Love it. Love it. Great, guys. You guys are doing terrific work. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. I'm so happy to be integrated with you guys and partnered. This is fantastic. Great show. Love it.
Awesome. Keep an eye out for LexBot.
Yes, watch the comments below. It's going to be goofy. I'll tell you. We're going to love it. All right, guys. Great to see you. We will talk further, and you guys have a great rest of the day. Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You too.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.